What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the 2023 Honda Accord EX in Canyon River Blue. This is a new color in the Accord, and I believe this replaces the Obsidian Blue, if I'm not mistaken. I am testing out the Rode Wireless Go microphone, and I have the dead cat on, and it's windy up here, so let's see how well the quality is and the wind noise. See if we got rid of it. Honda redesigned the Accord for 2023, so it's completely different inside and out from the previous generation. They went with a more rounder front end and a complete different rear end. I made a few videos on Accords already, and from the comments, a lot of people hate the design. Some actually like the design. Some hate that it's not as aggressive. Some love that it's not as aggressive. The lineup on the Accord changed too, so your base model is going to be an LX. Right above the LX is going to be this guy, which is the EX, and then that's it for the gas-only models. Once you get to the Sport, Sport L, EXL, and Touring, those are hybrid only, and we'll have a 2-liter 4-cylinder non-turbo with electric motor. If you want the turbo, you have to get an LX or this EX. And it's going to have a 1.5 4-cylinder turbo. It makes about 192 horsepower, 192 foot-pound of torque. If you're familiar with the previous Accord powertrain, you're going to be familiar with this guy. First thing you're going to notice is the front end is completely different. You do have full LED, high beam, low beam, turn signals. There's no fog lights on this model. There's no fog lights on the Accord at all. Fog lights are just gone. CRV followed the same suit, and I think HRV also followed the same design where no fog lights. So fog lights are just going away, I guess, because a lot of the manufacturers are doing the same thing. You have a wider grille, and the grille on the EX is gloss black. Also, the H up front is kind of matted with your radar now, so it's I don't know if that's a glass material, but it's not just your normal H emblem anymore. And you have additional venting down here for your intercooler. So Honda did went with longer hood, slimmer A-pillars. The windshield has been pulled back a little bit to give you I guess a premium roadster look. But now the Accord, in my opinion, just looks like, in my opinion, the Accord design is just kind of chill, kind of blends in. Doesn't really, I don't think it's meant to stand out. The EX will come with 17s, and it's like a gray finished 17s. And then you could come around to the side. No turn signals on the side mirrors. I didn't even notice that. I just noticed that just now. But you can see the A-pillar is a little bit more slimmer. You still get a moonroof on the EX. It does have smart entry. It does have remote start. So here's Honda's new key design. Started with a Civic, HRV now. Pilot has it. Accord has it. CRV has it. On the EX, you do get smart entry with remote start. One of my favorite parts of the new Accord is the rear. So you can see it's completely different. Doesn't look like any Honda at all. But I do love that it's full LED. So brake lights, turn signals, and reverse lights is full LED. The H is smaller in the rear, which is funny. And all it says is Accord on the back. On the EX, you don't get anything else. You do have a built-in spoiler into the trunk, which is pretty cool. And then your third brake light is also LED. But not too much is going on in the rear. So depending on what trim level you get, you can get a diffuser back here, or this will be a different color. But no exposed exhaust at all. Since it is the 1.5 turbo, you do get dual exhaust, but it just doesn't show. Just having things just hanging down. Before we jump into the interior, let's take a look at the window sticker. So this is a 23 Accord, 1.5 turbo EX BD. BD means there's no blind spot. It will even tell you on the window sticker itself, no blind spot information in the system. So make sure you're paying attention and see if the Accord you're shopping for has it or don't. Honda will subtract it from the MSRP, so it'll be cheaper if it doesn't have blind spot. You do have smart entry, so you tap these little lines, locks the car. Unlock if you put your hand in there. Key has to be nearby. This one does have the black interior, and you can see it's the cloth interior too. I like the design of it. It feels good, feels durable, feels smooth. EX will give you a power driver's seat, and this looks like it's a 10-way, so you have lumbar in and out. You have your back, front and back. The whole seat, front and back. You have up and down, and you can adjust the tilt. I guess I call this a thigh support, but I don't know what you would call that exactly, but you can go up and down there. So 10-way power adjustment. Passenger seat You have your bar to pull forward and back is manual, and you have the lever to pull your seat front and back, and that's it. No up and down. Just a four-way manual on the passenger seat. So let's jump inside here, and let's turn this thing on so I don't melt. It is a hot day. I think the high today is going to be like 79 or something like that. The driver and passenger have auto up-down windows. The rear, you just hold it down. There's still power locks, power windows. Pretty standard nowadays. Nothing really down here. You have your trunk button and you have your hood button, but that's pretty much it. You do have a 10-inch helper screen here, so your driver display, and that's standard on every Accord. Even the LX get the full digital 10-inch, which is cool because most of our Hondas now, you have a half digital and half analog, so that's nice that at least with the Accord they all get it. So you do have auto headlights, parking lights, and just on and off, no fog light switch, wipers on the right side. And because you have the full 10-inch display, you have scroll wheel over here, scroll wheel over here, and that controls both sides. So the left wheel is actually going to be like your media. So for example, let me get it focused over there. Bluetooth, USB, AM, FM, all that good stuff. And then the right one is going to be mostly for everything else. So you have settings, gauge, range and fuel, speed and time. We got a seatbelts on, oil life. What's different from the Civic and from the 22, I got to see the 23 if it does the same thing. This actually highlights and tell you what it is. Or unless the Civic did do that and I wasn't paying attention, but I did not notice that on the Civic. So that's actually pretty cool. You get the 7-inch touchscreen display here, and for your main screen over here is a 7-inch touchscreen display. You do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but it's not wireless. You have to go to Sport and Up to get the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Pretty much, if you get the wider 12-inch screen, it's wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the Accord. If you get the LX or the EX, then you get the 7-inch. You have phone, radio, Bluetooth or USB, and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto shortcuts. Pretty simple. It is touchscreen, but you still have volume and tuning knob, so you have both, which is a good mixture because nowadays cars either have everything on the screen or too many buttons, and this is a good blend between the two. You have that new mesh vent design that started in the Civic, it's in the HRV, now it's in the Accord. CRV has it as well. And because this is the EX, you do have heated seats, 3 different levels, driver and passenger, and you have dual zone climate control too. So this person could catch on fire and this person could stay cool. You do have auto modes on and off, and this feels very, very premium. You can hear it. It feels pretty good as well. And then you do have 2 USB-C, so USB-A is gone, checked out, sayonara. USB-A is just, I guess, a thing of the past now. Everything's going to the faster USB-C charging. And your shift knob is not leather, just like the steering wheel. You have that, it's like a soft rubber, I forgot what the material is called, but driver and steering wheel and shift knob, both are the same material. It's leather, I believe, Sport Up. When we look at the brochure, I'm gonna double check, I can't remember. Traditional shifter too, so park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport and L. So this is for the transmission, so you can put the transmission in sport mode where it'll shift, I guess not aggressively, but it'll hold on to higher RPMs, feel more sportier. And then if you want to go into like a low gear, because this is CVT, so you don't have real gears, but it'll try to mimic as if it's an automatic, but you don't really feel it shift that much. We have Econ Assist. When you turn this on, the fan actually will go down a little bit. Your throttle response takes a little bit longer to get up to speed to help you save more on gas. And this also have the auto stop feature where you come to a stop, it will temporarily turn off the engine. So this button will turn that off. You have electronic parking brake with brake hold. Cup holder is pretty cool. You got a smaller size one and a bigger one. So that's actually pretty cool. You have the glove box over here, which is pretty simple. It's not lined, but pretty spacious. And then you have some, like, I don't think this is real stitching, but this is soft touch. It's like really soft touch up here. Dash is a little soft touch, and then on the door up here, soft touch as well. Even though this is one up from the base model, still it feels pretty nice in here. Even the seats, like I like the design of them. This is the black interior, but you can see it's not just straight black. There's some gray in the middle to kind of break it up a little bit, but pretty nice. You don't have no auto dimming rear view mirror, and HomeLink is not standard in the Accord. You can add it as an accessory. Something they started with the CRV, so Accord has it now. You have the moonroof, so you have that up there. moonroof controls, or your LED lights controls, and then you have the emergency button as well. You have to flick that open. Sunglass holder. Let's see if the vanity mirror has lights, and it does, and it's LED, so that's actually pretty cool. And then armrest here, you do have a power outlet in here, so that's cool. Plenty of storage. It's actually bigger than the previous Accord, I believe. That's what Honda was saying. Put the car in reverse so you guys can see the backup camera. So you have the multi-angle backup camera, no 360, wide angle, normal, and top down. Wide angle is pretty cool because if you're in a parking space, you can see what's coming from the left and what's coming from the right. And then if your Accord has a blind spot, like this one doesn't, but if it does, you have cross traffic too that'll alert you if there's a car coming from the left side or from the right side while you're backing up. So pretty cool. Let's jump into the rear seats. All right. So you see the door open pretty wide, not too wide, but plenty of room for you to get in and out, or if you got to put stuff back here. And then sitting behind myself, plenty of leg room. That's one thing about the Accord compared to the Civic. It's more spacious than the Civic. So if you think the Civic too small, Accord's probably your next option. Back here you do have armrests with cup holders. It's cool. You have a mat pocket just behind the passenger, none behind the driver. And that's pretty much it. You don't have no USB controls back here, no air vents. All right, we back into the rears, pop the trunk. So all the Accords have like the trunk opens all the way once you pop it. You don't have to, it pops open and you lift it up. It'll open all the way for you because there is a strut in there. And the EX, look like you have 60/40, so you can fold down the seats and you can split them. It's not just one piece, which is pretty cool. And they're going to strut that pops open the trunk for you. Really spacious. What it is cool about the EX though is it comes with a spare tire still with all your tools and stuff, because if you get a hybrid, you don't get a spare tire, you get a flat fix kit. So if you're kind of scared of not having a spare tire, you may like the LX and the EX better than the hybrid. It's mad windy out here. I hope that my new mic setup does well. So you can see the Accord on with the daytime running lights. It's pretty nice. The scene of me going around the car, all of that was recorded on my new my Rode Video Go microphone too, and it was crazy windy up there, and you didn't hear not one sound of wind, like no muffle, no nothing. So the audio quality is gonna be top notch from here on out, unless I don't know, one day I have my microphone on me. But anyways, here's all the trim levels for the Accord. And today, like I said, we're looking at the EX. So the EX is one up from the LX, and the EX has everything the LX has, but this is what it adds. And I like how Honda put available blind spot because it's not standard on every trim. So it's like they're preparing people, you know, that hey, this trim level may or may not have it. So that's pretty interesting. Blind spot monitoring with cross traffic monitor. Spoke about that in the video. Dual zone climate control. You guys don't mess with that. And the moonroof. Driver's seat is a 10-way power adjustment. Remember, passenger seat is manual. You have heated front seats. The 60/40 split down are rear seats. So I didn't get to go over the speaker system in here. It's a 180 watt system with 8 speakers, because I think the LX like a 7 speaker, if I'm not mistaken. I was way off. So the LX is a 160 watt 4 speaker sound system. So pretty basic. EX give you double the speakers, heated body colored power side mirrors, and lockable glove compartment. So that's pretty much what the EX adds on top of the LX, and that's pretty much what you're paying for. So let's jump into the colors now. Here's all the trim levels of the Accords. Like I said in the video, LX and EX is going to be your only two trim levels that have the turbo engine. Once you go to Sport, EXL, Sport L, and Touring, now you're hybrid only. So we're going to jump into the EX. And the color that we looked at was Canyon River Blue, which was this guy. Oh, that's me, right? I'm bugging. Okay. The website is bugging out right now, but I don't see this in the video, so I'm going ahead and edit it. Hopefully it doesn't show. But anyways, Canyon River Blue is now a special color. If you get Platinum White Pearl or Radiant Red, then you have to pay $455 more. Black, silver, and gray, $455 less. So you do blue. Blue only has black cloth interior, and you're looking around $30,705, and that's not including textile licensing, of course. Also, I don't know where you guys live, but that's not including maybe markup at your dealership. So, kind of give you guys an update there. But I am gonna end this video here. This is, like I said, the first video we've made with the new setup. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. It sounded good to me when I was editing it. And we have plenty of cars to go. So if you're here from our main channel, appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next walk around.